Okay, so the difference between a straight line and a curved line is that a straight line does not show any change in its y coordinate over any measurable distance. Okay, so a curved
That's
line,
odd, isn't it?
yes, a line. Okay, so a gosh, this is your fundamental flaw.
Just talking about
A
what?
line has a line is measured based upon an x and y coordinate. The x,
I know what a line is.
well, that's why I'm
You're
answering
saying
your
how to
question. You were
differentiate
shocked when I
between a
said what I
straight
said.
line
Do you know how
and
to
a
have a
curved line.
conversation without interrupting? You ask a question, I'm giving you an answer, so you have to not interrupt. You may not like
You're not
what you're
asking me the
hearing.
right questions,
You may,
are you?
I no, you're the one that asked the question, and I'm the one that's answering.
Go on then,
All
carry on.
right, so this is the third time you interrupted me. So, so the line, a straight line has no deviation on its y coordinate. So the y coordinates are consistent across the distance of that line. A curved line will have changes over the y coordinates respective to its consistent x coordinates. So if x equals 1, y equals 1. If x equals 2, y equals 1.5. If x equals 3, y equals 1 and 2/3 or whatever. And so as the line changes its y coordinates respective to the x coordinate, that becomes a curve. A straight line will have the consistent x to y coordinates as you go through the line itself. Make sense?
Right, so the x and the y that you use there, they like a graph chord, isn't it? Would the x be a
There's no other way
horizontal
to
axis
discuss
and
this.
the y be a vertical axis?
Yeah, there's no other way to discuss this. You have to have that in a conversation like this.
Oh no, I'm just asking you to clarify. That's what we're doing. First principles. We're getting it sorted at the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah. I'm just wondering why you need clarification on such a thing. It's like, do you use a plus sign when you're adding? I mean, yeah. Obviously, why do
Well,
we need to
I'm
discuss
just trying
that?
to say the x and the y that you're using, they are axes on a graph. Are they straight lines?
Those are the origins. Why are you asking if they're straight lines? They're the origins.
Because we're trying to define a straight line.
I think that we've already exhaustively done so. I think that you're wasting your time
Well,
trying
we
to go
haven't.
further.
I've defined a straight line to you. You've said you disagree, but you can't seem to
And
define
I
a straight
explained
line.
why I disagree. So, for instance, you're speaking of
I've
the
asked you to
origins.
tell me the difference between a
I already did.
curved line and a straight line.
I already did.
What's that then?
I don't want to repeat myself
Something in the
again.
y-axis.
Yeah, we already went over that. Can I ask you a question? Do you have a hard time processing things that people say, or are you slow to understand what's going on?
I'm just trying to work out if your straight lines are only in the y-axis. I don't.
I don't understand why you would ask that. A straight. I just explained it to you. The
You
the
said a no
can you
coordinate change in
can
the
you go ahead and
y-axis.
do me a favor?
That's
Could
exactly
you
what you said.
can you do yourself a favor? Can you record the conversation and then play back the part that you don't
Right, super.
understand because this is
Can check it
annoying.
afterwards.
No, I don't feel like repeating myself
Right,
over and
go
over and
for it.
over.
You just restate
And the
what you
fact that
said.
you constantly interrupt is aggravating. It's annoying. This is why I have no respect for you. I am using you as a tool to help me with debating white supremacists and to help destroy other flat earthers in these debates because your tactics is what I care about. I don't really the content of the debate is to me so elementary is nothing. But practicing on how to destroy bullshit rhetoric, you're up there. I gotta give you credit. You're up there. You have this intransigence tactic. You're probably on the other end giggling. And you have, like Nathan Oakley, you have your intransigence tactic. A lot of white supremacists use that same tactic. It's to play dumb and then try to pick apart something with innocuous sounding questions, which let's see, what is it that you're
We're
doing? You
only
oh yeah,
asking you
you
to
you
define
you
a
wait,
straight
hold on.
line
You
for us. That's
ignore
all.
or you exclude, you omit things in your responses, as if, like earlier you spoke about, oh, can you show us what is your measurements for a 1 aisle stretch of a canal? And I'm like, okay, yeah, blah blah blah, 8 inches, whatever. And you're like, oh, and I say, hey, but it's probably gonna be distorted by the waves themselves. And you're like, well, how can you see waves? I mean, how can waves over a 27-mile stretch of a canal? I'm like, wait a minute, you were talking about one mile, and then you want to talk about 27 miles. There's your omission. There's your lack of integrity. So that is all I care about. Dude, listen. There's people here who are far more knowledgeable than I am about the science and math, but I am the number one person. Well, I want you to get this straight. It's not about my ego. It's not about me wanting to have friends or any of that crap. It's about understanding how the bullshit works. I am the number one person that you will ever deal with in your entire life online about this bullshit, about your bullshit tactics. You have a bullshit tactic. You think that when you do your bullshit tactic that, if I just say it like this in this clever way, I could outsmart the guy. I know I'm wrong here. I know he got me busted, but if I reword it in this way, if I omit that word, if I redefine that word, blah 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 blah, and then I come in and I shut that noise down, and I am the number one person to shut that noise down. So please proceed. I want to see your next tactic at work. Please. I need your help. Because there's a couple of white supremacists that I need to destroy. Please proceed.
I can't really go much further if you can't define it straight.
We've already defined it ad nauseum. It's been defined. This is a tactic. When you have been debunked, another one of your tactics is, I don't understand. You haven't just explained it clearly enough. What do you mean by that? You're doing the same routine. We've already defined line. It's been defined. It's been defined to such a degree. I probably defined it to such a degree you've never had it defined this clearly in your entire life. So, I get it, Nate Oakley Jr. I get it. You wanna do your routine.
You wanna progress to step 2.
We've already progressed. You're just not willing to move ahead. You see how you define things, and then I condense the nonsense.
In order to measure a curvature, you need to have a straight line to measure the curvature from.
Yeah, a tangent line. Yeah, whatever.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I already told you what the word means. Tangent line. What's the point?
Okay, from.
But that's not the only way you can measure a curvature.
No, but I'm saying that this is the easiest way, and this is the way.
No, that's not the easiest way. I would disagree. It's not the easiest way.
This is how surveyors would do it.
No, it's not.
I'm taking you through.
No, it's not. That might be how they would verify their measurements, but I would disagree that that's how they actually do the work.
Take the measurements.
No. But even if it were, that's not really relevant to the conversation, but I'm going to disagree, and I'm going to say that it's not relevant. Right. The way surveying is done, they have to compare the x and y axis, the x and y coordinates. They have to compare. You're expecting a line, but a line without a reference point is not useful, because you could put a line and the direction of the line can be incorrectly placed, thereby giving a bad result. So you can't just say, oh, hey, they use a line to measure curvature. No, they use a coordinate system to find if there is a curvature, and then determine how strong or weak the curvature is. So that's the second debunking.
They use a level.
Now you're trying to change the conversation. Now you.
A horizontal line.
Okay, so now here's what you're going to have to do. Then you just made another mistake. This is a mistake in communication. When someone corrects a mistake that you make, you should not be so rude as to try to go and move on to something else without acknowledging the correction. I corrected you. Okay? You don't talk about a level and then try to say, oh, well, level's a straight line. No. What you do is you say the phrase, oh, I see what you mean. Yes, that makes sense. But hey, I'm just curious, what about a level? Then you will show that because you're respecting the knowledge that is given to you that you did not have. Stand by one moment.